So, rather ironically, almost as if on cue, shortly after I uploaded the video that I just did, basically putting more on into this whole issue of what the definition of racism is, I come across this on Twitter. Somebody named Jesse says, "What's with white people and saying if the roles were flipped with every post about black issues?" To which I said, "Because of the sheer hypocrisy of saying you don't want to be judged by the color of your skin, but you do want to be able to judge white people by theirs." This person named Juno pipes in, "Y'all have been judging other races by their skin color for centuries now. Y'all literally created it." And I said, "By the way, by saying y'all, you just did exactly what I just said you were doing. Because they're implying that y'all includes me and apparently every white person as this conversation continues." But anyway, at some point they tried to just rage quit and said, "And this is why people that see your replies believe you're racist. Good night." To which I replied, "LOL, I am racist because I said it's wrong to judge people by the color of their skin, even if they are white. LOL, yeah, good night. Get a little more sleep and maybe they'll explain that better." To which Juno said, "Who created the whole premise of judging people by the color of their skin? It wasn't my race, so tell me who was it?" To which I said, "Well, it wasn't me or anyone I know. Are you responsible for everything that other people of your race have done? Think hard about this." And then they said, "I said race, baby. Whose race was it that started the judgment of other people's skin? Reading is important." And I said, "A race does not create things as a race. The entire white race," which I put in quotes, "did not create anything, just as the entire black race," which I put in quotes, "did not create crime, or anything else that actual racists associate with you. Reading is important." Then they said, "But did white supremacy exist before the white people came and enforced it? Yes or no?" Trying to box the conversation. And I said, "Let's go over this again. Are all white people therefore the creators of white supremacy or judging people by the color of their skin? Individuals are responsible for what they do as an individual. Humans are not their color." So, oddly enough, this is, because one of the reasons people ask me, why do you do stuff like this? Why do you make videos about this? Why do you take these, screenshots and stuff? Because if I get in a conversation about this kind of thing, I'll be told nobody says this. I'll literally be told, nobody was saying that. You're making that up. Nobody actually says that. And it comes back to what I said about critical race theory and anti-racism, is that they do want to flip everything around, but that to them is really the only solution, is just to turn everything in the other direction. It's not about equality. It's about revenge. And the idea that you can suggest that white people created the idea of, judging people by other people, by the color of their skin, and therefore white people, this is the whole basis of why this is stupid and fallacious. This comes back to, this is, in fact, a guilt by association fallacy on a massive scale. So, basically this kind of thing goes on all the time in the conversations, and this idea of talking about white people do this, and white people being y'all, and then this is why you're racist if you say that people shouldn't be judged by their skin if they're white. That's all I said. Nothing in this conversation, implied that I thought that black people were inferior. Nothing in this conversation implied, that I disliked black people or, had any kind of preconceived notions about black people, which are the things in the actual definition of racism that we talked about earlier. Okay? Nothing like that. But I'm racist because of the fact that I came to that conclusion. That I said, hey, what you're doing is wrong.